You have been fed a lie since birth, a soft, comfortable poison whispered by a society that needs you to be manageable. The lie is this: to be loved is the ultimate goal. They tell you to be kind, to be agreeable, to be a source of warmth in a cold world. And so you chase love, you chase approval, you bend and break yourself to be liked, only to find yourself respected by no one. You become the reliable friend who is never the first choice, the hard-working employee who is always overlooked, the devoted partner who is taken for granted. Your lovability has become your cage. Machiavelli saw this 500 years ago. In the gilded halls of power, he witnessed a brutal truth. Love is fickle, conditional, and evaporates the moment it is tested. It is a currency of the weak. Fear, however, is primal, permanent, and commands obedience. It is safer to be feared than loved, he wrote, not as a celebration of cruelty, but as a cold diagnosis of human nature. This is not about becoming a tyrant. This is about becoming a power that cannot be casually dismissed. These are the forbidden laws that teach you not how to win affection, but how to command the one thing that truly protects you: fear. And by fear, we mean a deep, unshakable respect for the consequences you represent. Law 1. Expose the economics of affection. You believe love is a feeling. The powerful know it is a transaction. People love you when you are useful. They love your generosity, your availability, your willingness to absorb their problems. This affection is a payment for the service you provide. The moment you stop providing that service, the moment you say no, set a boundary, or demand reciprocity, the payment stops. The love vanishes. And what is left is their resentment that the free resource has been cut off. To become feared, you must first kill the naive belief that affection is unconditional. Start observing the economy around you. When people praise you, ask yourself, what do they want? When they offer friendship, ask, what is the cost? By seeing the transaction beneath the way, sentiment, you detach emotionally. You stop being a hungry dog begging for scraps of approval and become a cold analyst, aware of the price of every interaction. This detachment is the first step toward inspiring fear, because people cannot manipulate someone who sees the strings they are trying to pull. Law 2. Make your no a closed door, not a negotiation. The loved person's no is weak. It's a no but maybe, a no I'm sorry, a no please don't hate me. It is an apology for having a boundary. It invites negotiation, guilt, and pressure. It signals that your resolve is soft and can be broken with enough emotional force. The feared person's no is a silent steel door slamming shut. It is not emotional. It is not angry. It is a final verdict without appeal. There is no explanation attached because an explanation is a form of defense, and you do not defend your decisions to those who are not your superiors. When you deliver a no that is calm, quiet, and absolute, you teach people a terrifying lesson. Your boundaries are not suggestions. They are facts. The first time you do this, it will feel unnatural. You will fight the urge to soften the blow. But the moment the other person realizes your no is non-negotiable, their perception of you will change forever. They will stop seeing you as a resource to be persuaded and start seeing you as a power to be navigated. You have learned to see the transactional nature of affection and to fortify your boundaries with an absolute no. The foundation is set. Now, you must build the structure of fear. This is not achieved through aggression or overt threats. True fear is psychological. It is an atmosphere you create, a reputation you cultivate, and a presence that subtly communicates you are not to be tested. The following laws will teach you how to construct this invisible fortress. Law 3. Let disrespect die of neglect. When disrespected, the love seeker reacts. They argue, they get angry, they demand an apology. This reaction is a gift to their opponent because it shows that the arrow hit its mark. It proves they have power over your emotional state. The feared do not react to disrespect. They meet it with a cold, silent indifference. Ignoring an insult is not passive. It is an act of supreme power. It communicates, your opinion is so irrelevant that it does not even register in my reality. You are nothing. This silence is more terrifying than any angry retort. It leaves the aggressor standing alone with their failed attempt, looking foolish and small. You do not lower yourself to their level by engaging. You let their disrespect starve for lack of the one thing it needs to survive: your Emotional response. By refusing to acknowledge the attack, you render the attacker powerless. They will learn that trying to provoke you is a waste of their energy, and they will stop trying. Law 4. Your predictability is your enemy. People who are loved are often predictable. They are consistently nice, consistently available, consistently forgiving. This predictability makes them safe, but it also makes them easy to exploit. To be feared, you must become strategically unpredictable. Machiavelli advised that a ruler must be both the lion and the fox, sometimes displaying overwhelming force, and other times cunning and restraint. Apply this to your own life. Be generous when no one expects it, creating confusion and a flicker of hope. Then, be ruthlessly detached when they expect your warmth. Enforce a boundary with cold precision one day, and show calculated mercy the next. This inconsistency keeps people off balance. They cannot create a simple model of you in their minds, so they cannot predict your next move. This forces them to be cautious. They will tread carefully around you, never knowing if they will meet the lion or the fox. This constant state of uncertainty is the soil in which fear grows. They don't fear you because you are always cruel. They fear you because they never know what you are capable of. You have now mastered the external architecture of fear. People know your boundaries are absolute, your reactions are minimal, and your next move is a mystery. But the final evolution is internal. To be truly feared, you must not just project strength, you must embody it. This requires severing your dependency on external validation and becoming the sole arbiter of your own worth. The final laws are not about how you treat others, they are about how you command yourself. Law 5. Make your validation your own. The deepest weakness of the love seeker is their addiction to praise. Their self-worth is a fragile thing, built on the shifting sands of others' opinions. A compliment makes them soar, a criticism makes them crumble. This dependency makes them eternally controllable. To be feared, you must achieve what few ever will: complete psychological sovereignty. Your validation must come from within. You measure yourself against your own standards, your own mission, your own code. The praise of others is noted, but not needed. The criticism of others is analyzed for data, but dismissed emotionally. When people realize that neither their approval nor their disapproval can move you, they understand that they have no power over you. This is terrifying to them. A person who does not need anything from others cannot be controlled. By them, you become an unsolvable enigma. This inner self-sufficiency is the ultimate source of fear, because it places you outside the normal system of social control. Law 6. Let your legend speak for you. The amateur talks about his power. The master is silent, allowing his reputation to do the work. Your actions, your consistency, and the stories people tell about you are far more powerful than anything you could say yourself. You must cultivate your legend deliberately. Every time you enforce a boundary with cold precision, every time you remain calm under pressure, every time you move unpredictably, you are adding another chapter to your story. Soon your reputation will precede you into every room. People will have heard that you are not to be trifled with. They will have heard that you are a strategist, that your word is final. This legend does the intimidating for you. It filters out the weak and warns the ambitious. You no longer have to actively project fear. The fear is simply a consequence of who people believe you are. Law 7. Never confuse fear with cruelty. This is the final, crucial distinction. The tyrant rules with cruelty. He inflicts pain for its own sake. This breeds resentment and eventually rebellion. The feared leader rules with consequences. His actions are not driven by malice but by necessity. He is not cruel. He is a force of nature. A storm is not evil. It is simply powerful. You do not hate a storm. You respect it and get out of its way. This is the state you must achieve. Your enforcement of boundaries and your strategic actions must be seen not as personal attacks, but as the inevitable results of crossing a line. It's not about them. It's about the order you represent. This removes the emotional element and elevates you from a mere person to a principle. People do not rebel against a principle. They learn to operate within its rules. You now possess the laws. They are a forbidden path because they require you to kill the part of you that craves to be loved. But in its place, you will build something far more durable, a fortress of respect, built on the bedrock of fear. You will not be the warmest person in the room, but you will be the one they remember. You will be the one they make way for. you will be the one who is untouchable.